Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah. I want to welcome you to Healthy Marriage Tips. Today, we're dealing with episode number 210. So we've come a long ways here, and today's episode is self-defeating your marriage. I started doing some thinking. One of the problems that happens as you start dealing with a spouse that has alcohol issues and anger issues or whatever kinds of issues is the problem of being self-defeated. And I started to take a look at this whole thing of being self-defeated. I liken it to toe stubbers, because a lot of times you are going somewhere, you have good intentions, and wham! You stub your toe. And it hurts. And many times what happens, we start making progress in making changes in our marriage, and we end up stubbing our toe on things. Well, the first big toe stubber is fear. Now I identify it as fear because people start getting scared. In some cases, it's scared of success. In some cases, it's scared of failure. In some cases, it's scared to get close to one another. And these are very real fears. So I want to go ahead and talk about that and some of the things that you can do about it. Well, one of the things that you can do to cut down on fear is to avoid fearful people. When you're around a lot of fearful people, the fear will spread. It's almost like contagion that you can pick up. And so you want to avoid fearful people. Now, does that mean that you need to avoid fearful information like the news? Well, yes. You may have to turn off the news or put yourself on a news diet. I prefer turning off the news than to the news diet, but although that sounds strange, there's a lot of stuff that comes at you and creates fear. And it's not just the programming, it's also the commercials. They play on your fears the whole time you're watching. That, you start thinking, that could be me, that could happen to me, that could happen. That's not good for you. Now, a third thing is when you harbor doubts regarding improvements. If you don't think that change is possible, or you don't know if you can do it, that's going to set you up to becoming more fearful. And you need to be aware of that. Another thing you need to do is remove fearful objects. Sometimes your home may be filled with pictures that are a little bit on the scary side. And you may think, well, that's no big deal. I think it's kind of cool. Well, the thing is, your mind is always absorbing these things. And if they're scary pictures, demons and stuff with the teeth and the claws and all that, it can be working at creating some fearfulness behind the scenes. So let me go over that list again. Avoid fearful people, turn off the news, harboring doubts regarding improvements, and fearful objects. You want to go ahead and remove these things from your life. Now, getting rid of the source of fear is only a start. Now you need, it's going to create a vacuum. And you don't want that kind of vacuum. So you want to fill the vacuum with other things. Find sources of encouragement. Hang around encouraging people. People that build you up. People that you enjoy being around. That make you glad to be alive. That make you laugh. You want to be around them. You want to, your home to have encouraging phrases, statements, reminders of good things, reminders of your strength and strengthening sources of strength. So art does play an important part, in how you decorate your home. Because you don't want the scary stuff. You want the encouraging stuff, and you want to surround yourself with reminders of good times as opposed to reminders of bad times. all this does is starts to help you change the patterns of self-defeat so that you don't keep stubbing your toe on fearfulness and sabotaging your marriage, because many times your marriage could be in much better shape if there was not the self-sabotage. So I want to encourage you to put these things into place, and if you have any questions, feel free to send them to me. If they're of a private nature, send it to my email, jeff@restorethefamily.com. Otherwise, you can put them down on the site, in the feed. This time I also included some questions to be discussion starters. So I think you'll find it useful and encouraging. And until next time, this is Jeff Murrah wishing you best regards. Goodbye.